All right, guys, again, today we're going to look at converting measurements to different units. So we'll start off with the customary unit. If you notice, what I'm doing is I'm going to take 2 6/10 pounds, that's what LB is, pounds, and I want to turn it into however many ounces, okay? So first off, it's the same idea that we had before of turning one unit into another. The trick to this one is now we're stuck with the decimal point. Since we've been working on that, we might as well start to include it into measurements because not everything always works out to an exact amount. So first thing that you would need to do before you can convert any of our units, you have to know the relationship between them. Now that'll always be given to you in 5th grade, or you can look it up generally. I do every day. So 1 pound, 1 lb, is equal to 16 ounces, OZ. Okay, so we're going to do that conversion. So when we take a look at it, we already know how to convert. Every one of these is 16 of these. Okay, so to get from this side to this side, you multiply by 16. That's the conversion. That's our rule that we have. So if I put down 2.6 and I want to find out exactly how many ounces that is, it's the same rule. Multiply by 16. Now, for me personally, I'd have to write that off to the side because I don't know my 16s well enough to know what 2.6 times 16 is. So I can do my quick multiplication over here. 2.6. 6 times 6 is 36. And 9, 0, 2, 1, 3. Add those together. 6, 1, 4. Now, let's see, there's one number behind the decimal, so there's one number behind the decimal, and it should equal 41 6/10 ounces. And that's my conversion when I'm changing a decimal number of pounds into ounces. Okay, now let's try another one. Now, notice I'm starting out with a whole number here, so well, maybe we're free of decimals. That'd be nice. Now I want to change 30 inches into feet. Now, most of us know this conversion a lot better than the pounds and ounces one. So we know that 12 inches is equal to 1 foot. Okay, so to get from this side to this side, we would be dividing by 12. So the rule does not change just because our number is different. So we put 30 inches in here. To turn it into feet, I know I need to divide by 12. All right, so I'm doing 30 divided by 12. Now, very technically, that's actually already our answer. 30 divided by 12, 30 twelfths. Realistically, in the real world, no one's going to know what 30 twelfths is off the top of their head, so they'd like it to be in a more manageable number. So we're going to simplify it down to something more reasonable. So 30 divided by 12, how many 12s are there in 30? Well, 12, 24, 36. 36 is too much, so there were 2 holes in there. Now, that was 12, 24. So if I take 24 of them away to make that 2 holes, 30 minus 24 leaves me with 6 left over. So 2 6/12 would be correct. I could simplify it down to a more reasonable answer too of 2.5. So 30 inches is the same as 2 1/2 feet. Now my alternative to this too is if I want to turn it into a decimal, then I can change my fraction into a decimal number. Okay, so we could just turn it into a decimal too. So you'd have to know what a half is equal to. To do that, you can either know offhand what a half is in decimal form. If you don't, we could take a look at it and say 1/2 is the same thing as 5/10. Okay, and then right there, that's your decimal, 2 5/10 feet. So either way that you would want to write that would be perfectly acceptable.